Hey guys, this is Mrs. Cheney. So every semester before I start a class, whether it be Art 1, Art 2, yearbook, or Intro to Fine Arts, I do a little presentation called Who is Mrs. Cheney? And it's basically just a little presentation that's all about me, just so you can get to know me better. Some of you have seen this, but I did update it, so there are some new things on there. So I just want you to listen closely to the details that I give you. You can take some notes if you want, because when this is over, you're going to be actually doing a little quote unquote quiz about the information here. So it should be just an easy first grade, should help you get to know me better. And then, yeah, I'll just give you a link to a Google form in my Google Classroom where you'll have to answer a few questions, but you will get a grade on it. But it should be pretty easy. Okay. All right, so who is Mrs. Cheney? So the top picture is me at your age. So I was about 16 years old in that picture, um, wearing that super cool bucket hat from American Eagle. Yes, gotta love that. And underneath it and to the right is me now. Okay, so that's what I look like now. Maybe you've seen me around in the hallway. The only thing missing on those two pictures of me now is you cannot see my headband. Like, everybody knows I wear a headband almost every single day. It's just kind of my thing. It's just, I love them. Okay, I'll move on to the next slide here. All right, so now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my family. Okay, so over on the left in the green shirt, that's my son Aiden. He's a senior at Greenville High School, and he plays baseball. He's a pitcher, and he also plays in the outfield. And my daughter Wynn is to the right. She'll be a freshman at Greenville High School, and she plays volleyball. And then underneath that is a picture of myself, my stepdaughter Lindsay, and then that's my husband Steve. So their ages are listed over there at the left. Lindsay 23, Aiden is 17, and Wynn is 14. Okay. So Lindsay actually lives in Indiana. So she just got married in June, as you can see. But she went to a university called Trine University, Trine, and she majored in business. So she graduated, did all that. She's married. And yeah, so that's my kids and my husband, Steve. Okay. Okay, now this is a picture of my mom. A lot of people say we look alike. Her name is Maria. And then those are my brothers, Jody and Jason, and they are actually identical twins. So they're about 8 years older than me, but yeah, they're identical. When they were in high school, people couldn't tell them apart. In fact, they would like go to each other's classes and the teachers would never know the difference. But don't ever do that, okay? Yeah. Don't ever, not that you guys have an identical twin, but if you did, you wouldn't want to do that. Okay, so some facts about me here. I love coffee. Okay, so coffee is my favorite drink in the whole wide world. I could drink it all day long. In fact, I pretty much do drink it all day long. I drink it black most of the time. I like it hot. I like it cold. Just however, coffee's my thing. My husband and I even have a little side business called Cup of Life, and that's the logo that you see there. We don't do that business as much now just because we are like pretty busy doing other things, but that is something that we do on the side. These are my favorite foods. Pretty random, but that's okay. Like cherry tomatoes is my favorite food in the whole wide world. I could eat them all day long. I love them, love them, love them. So this time of year is totally awesome because I can get them fresh out of the garden. I also love peanut M&Ms and sweet potato casserole, which, by the way, like everyone eats at Thanksgiving. We need to eat that year round because it's so awesome. If you haven't had it, you need to try it. And then at the bottom there is shrimp scampi. Absolutely love shrimp scampi. Some other things about me. I love the Ohio State Buckeyes, okay? And I'll talk about this more in a minute, but I used to live in Ohio, so I'm just a huge Buckeyes fan. I also love flowers. I'm really into my flower garden at home. Like I've planted a lot of flowers over this spring and summer, and I love to pick them and put them in bouquets. And then there's a picture of me and my mom. We go to concerts a lot. Now, with this whole coronavirus thing, we haven't went to as many lately, but normally we go to concerts about once a month, and we like all different kinds of music. Classic rock, pop, country, like it don't matter, we love it all. And then my husband and I, down there at the bottom, we actually did a Bob Ross 5K over quarantine. So you just signed up online, and then during the week of like April 15th or something, you were to go out and run your 5K, and then they sent you your medal and everything else in those cool t-shirts. So love Bob Ross, and I just love being outside and walking and jogging. And so I also love hiking. So that picture in the middle, that's my husband, my son, and I. That's a hike we went to just over the summer to Marguerite Falls. I get hike to waterfalls every day. I love it, love it, love it. And that's also Marguerite Falls at the bottom left. To the right is Viking Mountain. And up at the top, I just love sunsets and sunrises. Like, I could just stop and take pictures of them when I'm driving. I love them so much. Like, to me, it's artwork in the sky, and I love it. So that's another thing about me. All right, something else. Well, I don't know how that happened. My husband and I have a couple classic cars that we love. So my husband has a 69 Camaro that you see us pictured there with. We love to cruise around in that. And then we also have a 66 Ford F100 short bed truck. And so we have a lot of fun cruising in that too. These are my pets. So Chester's at the top, Buster is to the right, and then Tucker's at the bottom. So Tucker actually showed up at our house here in Tennessee about 2 years ago. Somebody just dropped him off. And so he just showed up, and we kept him in the garage overnight and fed him some food and thought, oh, we'll find him a good home in the morning. Well, we ended up kind of falling in love with him. And the very next day I was out, like, buying him outfits and taking him to the groomer. So he's been with us ever since. And that was about 2 years ago. And the cats came from Ohio. So Chester is about 13 and Buster's about 10. All right, so we moved here from Ohio 3 years ago. So the picture at the top is the house that we live in now. And the view from my porch is the bottom picture. That mountain view is just like amazing. And it's the reason why we bought a house on that road, because we just like love that mountain view. But yeah, we came from Ohio. That's where I lived my whole life, and that's probably why my accent sounds a little different. But we're really happy to be here in Tennessee. We love it. We love hiking in the mountains and everything, so it's awesome. This is just some artwork. The picture at the top left is a painting I did of a rose, a sort of abstract looking, meaning you can tell it's a rose, but it looks different, obviously. I just thought it was kind of cool. Underneath that is some clay Santas. It's a project that I like to do with my art students. It's a lot of fun. And then the middle picture is a project I do with Art 1 usually, clay self-portraits. And then to the right, that is art that I actually do at home. I do Bible journaling. So that's where you find a verse that you like, and then you paint actually right in your Bible, like something that goes with that verse. And finally, I lived in Florida when I was little, from the ages of 4 to 8 years old. I love to bake, like especially over quarantine. Like, I've always loved to bake, but I really got into it over quarantine. I bake cakes from scratch and just like to try new recipes. And I just like cooking, but especially baking. But I love sweets. And then my favorite drink other than coffee is a strawberry lemonade. So that's why that picture is over there. One random thing that I did not put in here is that I do not like to watch TV. And a lot of people think that's weird, but I'm a little ADD. So I have a hard time sitting down. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. So TV is really not fun for me, because like I just want to be up moving the whole time, but I'm trying to focus and I can't. And so anyways, that's another fact about me that's not on here. But So I hope you enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about me. I just liked to give my students just a little background about me to help get to know me better, especially since we can't be in the classroom together. So thanks for listening. See ya.